The story changes. A well-preserved 1986 D Liberty penny graded MS65 red can fetch $5 to $15 on the market. And if you're fortunate enough to own a coin in MS67 red condition, its value can soar to $150 or even more, especially if it's slabbed and certified by PCGS or NGC. But wait, here's where it gets really interesting. Error coins are the hidden gems of any collection. If you happen to find a 1986 D penny with a double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or die cracks, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error. One example includes an off-center 1986 D penny graded by PCGS that sold for over $250 at auction. Another with a strong die clash was sold for nearly $500 depending on the severity and visibility of the error. One example includes an off-center 1986 D penny graded by PCGS that sold for over $250 at auction. Average circulated condition, it's a great historical piece, but probably not worth more than a cent. However, if you discover a coin in mint state or with a rare error, definitely consider getting it professionally graded. That small investment could lead to a big payday in the collector's market, and remember, condition is everything. A coin with original luster, no scratches, and sharp detail will always stand out in the numismatic world. So, whether you're just starting your coin collection or you've been a long-time numismatist, the 1986 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of U.S. history. It might seem small, but its story, rarity potential, and collectible value make it a true treasure. Check your old drawers, go through your coin jars, and look out for these hidden gems. You never know, a single penny might just be your next big discovery. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing coin stories, rare finds, and collector tips, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. We dive deep into the history, hidden secrets, and true value of a coin that many people have seen but few truly understand, the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the 1990 Lincoln cent. Stick around because by the end of this video, you might realize you have a small fortune hiding in your coin jar. Let's start with a basic overview. The 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been a symbol of the U.S. penny since 1909. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. The coin bears the word Liberty, the date 1990, and depending on where it was minted, it may have a D for Denver or no mint mark, indicating Philadelphia. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial cent series, and while most circulated versions are still worth face value, some rare errors and mint conditions make certain 1990 pennies extremely valuable. Now, let's dive into some history. The 1990 penny was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning technologies. In fact, just a year later, in 1991, the U.S. Mint started phasing out hand-punched mint marks and moved toward computerized engraving. In total, over 7 billion pennies were minted in 1990 between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark approximately 6.8 billion coins. Denver, D mint mark around 4.9 billion coins. Due to this high mintage, most 1990 pennies are quite common, but here's where it gets interesting. The real excitement comes with rare error coins and specific varieties. One of the most famous and valuable varieties is the 1990 No-S proof Lincoln cent. Now, what does that mean? The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, meant for collectors, and these usually have an S mint mark. But in 1990, a small number of proof coins were mistakenly struck without the S mint mark. These coins were not meant to be released to the public, but some escaped into circulation. Only a few of these 1990 No-S proof cents are known to exist, and they are extremely rare. One of these coins was sold for over $20,000 at auction. Imagine finding a penny that looks normal at first glance but is worth more than a car. If you're checking your change jar or going through old coin rolls, here's what to look for. Mint mark. Check for a missing S on proof coins. If it's a 1990 proof coin with no mint mark, you might be holding a jackpot. Condition. Pennies in uncirculated condition or graded MS65 and above can be worth much more than face value. Errors. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. Even small minting errors can add big value. Proof coins. Proof coins are shinier, with mirrored finishes and sharp details. These are often sold in collector sets, so check old family coin collections. Let's talk numbers. A regular 1990 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. An uncirculated 1990 penny can be worth 50 cents to $1 or more, depending on the condition. A 1990 penny in mint state condition, MS65, can sell for $3 to $5. A 1990 NOS proof penny? That's where the real money is. These coins have sold at auction for $10,000 to $25,000. Even error coins like double dies can be worth $50 to $300, depending on severity and quality. So what can we learn from the 31 cent? Never underestimate the value of your pocket change. With a sharp eye and a little patience, you could discover a coin worth thousands of dollars hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, the 1990 reminder that history and value can fit in the palm of your hand. The world of American coinage. To explore a small yet fascinating piece of history, the Liberty 1 cent 1993 D coin. This humble penny may seem ordinary at first glance, but as we'll uncover today, there's a lot more value and history packed into this tiny copper coin than you might think. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's begin this amazing journey into the life and worth of the 1993 D Lincoln cent. The 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse side features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has remained largely unchanged for over a century. The D Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most active U.S. mint branches. By 1993, the United States Mint had already transitioned from primarily copper coins to zinc-based cents due to the rising cost of copper. Since 1982, most pennies have been made from a zinc core with a thin copper plating, weighing just 2.5 grams. However, what makes the 1993 D penny interesting isn't just its composition, but also its place in a changing economic time, a period of modern minting that still excites collectors. Over 6.4 billion of these pennies were minted in Denver alone. Yes, that's billion with a B. With such a large mintage, it might seem like this coin is just another common piece of pocket change, but hold on. There's a twist, and we're about to get to it. While the 1993 D penny is not by its mintage numbers alone, collectors still seek out this coin in certain conditions or with specific error types. For example, coins that show strong die cracks, double die errors, or off-center strikes are of particular interest. These minting errors can significantly boost the coin's market value. Another key factor is condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are always in demand. If you happen to have a 1993 D penny in mint state condition, meaning no scratches, perfect luster, and a sharp strike, you might be sitting on a tiny fortune. In recent years, collectors have started paying more attention to modern coins, especially in pristine condition. Even a small blemish can make the difference between a coin being worth just 1 cent or $100. Let's talk about the big question: how much is the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin really worth today? In circulated condition, like the kind you'd find in your pocket change, the coin is typically worth face value, 1 cent. However, once we step into the world of high-grade coins, the story changes dramatically. An uncirculated 1993 D penny can fetch between 50 cents and $5 depending on its quality. But that's just the beginning. If the coin is in MS65 red condition or better, it can command prices upwards of $15 to $30. Coins graded MS67 red have sold for over $150 at auctions. And a top-graded MS68 red has gone for more than $300, making it one of the top examples of modern Lincoln cents from the 1990s. And remember those error coins we mentioned earlier? Depending on the type and rarity of the error, like off-center strikes or double dies, these coins can sell for anywhere between $50 to several $100s. So, always check your spare change. You never know, a coin you thought was worthless might be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Before we wrap up, Here are a few tips for collectors and beginners. Always check for errors, even minor ones. Store your coins in a dry, safe place to avoid damage. Get your coins professionally graded if you believe they're in mint state. Learn how to spot red, brown, and red-brown color designations. They matter a lot for Lincoln cents. And finally, never underestimate modern coins. Even recent pennies can hold hidden value. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone curious about what's hiding in your change jar, the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a fun and affordable way to start your coin collecting journey. Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful and interesting, please hit that like button. 94D penny. This small copper-plated coin might be hiding in your pocket change, but it's